Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're navigating a pretty specific corner of e-commerce, online jewelry, and we're going to use a deep analysis of one brand, Ethan and Lara. You might see it as E&L as our case study. So our mission today is pretty straightforward. We're not just trying to figure out if E&L is, legit. We're actually using the sources on this retailer to build out a kind of universal warning sign checklist.
Mm.
The idea is that you can use this to vet any online jewelry store and do it fast.
And you really need that checklist. Because the first thing the sources point out about a brand like E&L is that the first impression is, it's flawless. You've got these stylish visuals, a super clean layout, professional design. Everything is just perfectly crafted to make you feel confident, to feel luxury. But the surface polish almost never tells the whole story, does it?
No, it doesn't. Okay, so let's unpack that. Let's start with what the sources say is the absolute foundation of trust. The company's digital footprint. What are the non-negotiable checks we have to do once we get past that glossy homepage?
It really all starts with verifiable transparency.
Hmm.
If they're selling something that's supposed to be an investment, there has to be a paper trail. The immediate warning signs, and this was flagged in the E&L review, are things like no clear company information.
Okay.
Or you look for an address and it just routes to, a virtual office.
Mm-hmm.
Or that About Us page is just full of generic text and stock photos. We're just looking for basic accountability.
Right.
And if they can't even show you where they operate from, you have to ask the question, why are you hiding that?
Right. So the digital presence has to match a physical reality. If it's all vague and mysterious, it just feels risky from the jump.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's get to the thing that really pulls people in, the pricing red flag.
Yeah, this is where it gets really interesting because the source material shows it's a highly manipulative tactic.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about items that are advertised as high-end, things like diamond simulants, but they're always on this perpetual deep discount.
It's pure psychological warfare, isn't it? You see a ring that's supposedly marked down from an impossible price, say $8,000, all the way down to $299. And the sources are clear that the original price, that RP, it's probably fictional. It's just there to make the sale price feel like this urgent, unbelievable deal you have to grab right now.
Exactly, and that unbelievable price connects directly to another very common scam-like tactic, which is reusing product images.
Oh, interesting. So they're not even their own photos.
A lot of the time, no. Questionable shops will just lift high-quality stock photos of jewelry from, all over the internet. So they're selling you the image of a luxury product, and what you might get in the mail is, a much cheaper piece of metal and glass.
Okay, so once we've checked the site itself and we've questioned the pricing logic, the final crucial step has to be independent validation. We need real, authentic social proof, right?
Absolutely. And that means not just looking at the 5-star reviews on their own site. That's key. You have to go find reviews on third-party sites. You need to check social media and not their polished feed, but, real customer complaints.
Mm-hmm.
And check if they have real, accessible customer support, not just an automated bot. Verifying the facts before you commit any money is it's paramount.
Right.
So at the end of the day, the core takeaway is pretty simple. The safest move with any unfamiliar brand, especially one selling high-value stuff like jewelry, is to just gather as much verifiable info as you possibly can before you trust them.
So for you, listening, the true value here is taking this 3-point checklist, transparency, pricing logic, and authentic social proof, and applying it to any new website you come across. It doesn't matter if they're selling rings or, routers. The principles are the same. And that leaves us with a final thought, building on that whole idea of image reuse. In a world where every photo is polished and every sale seems to be permanent, how do we train ourselves to look past the rendering, which is designed only to get that click of trust, and find the actual verifiable reality behind the product? Stay alert out there, and thanks for diving deep with us.